I'm not going to insult your intelligence here. You can tell from the title of this video the gist of what's going on, so I'm just going to get into the why. I know I've been very inactive since the end of December, at least compared to the activity I've held on this channel for almost a year now, so taking a break after a slow period probably seems like a shitty thing for me to do, but I think I can reasonably explain why I'm doing this. My motivation has been running on fumes since Christmas, and like all slumps or ruts in creative motivation, it's not easy to put into words why it happens, it just does sometimes. But I made a mistake here by letting it go on this long because the pressure began to mount. As I couldn't bring myself to make videos, I kept leaving it longer and longer to try and force myself to make one, putting it off and saying I'm going to do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. I've always found it best to motivate myself by imagining the expectations my audience has of me. But in this rut, these expectations, which have never actually been expressed by any viewers or paying members, have only made the slump worse. Because I have several people regularly giving me money to create content, I imagine all of them especially, but also my entire audience in general, as shareholders. If I screw up or don't perform, I'll have to answer to them and explain why their money and trust in me is being put towards worthless crap or things they object to. This is a self-imposed view on me by myself, but I use a personification of my viewers as some sort of boss, making sure I keep up with work and keep reporting successes. But right now I just can't do that, so I've left the problem to fester for a couple months of this cycle of having no motivation, stressing myself out about having no motivation, causing me to have no motivation for even longer. So I'm really sorry that I'm taking a break after a period of what looks like low effort, and you may already think I've been on a break during this time as I'm outputting so much less. But the daily stress I've been feeling from not being able to make as much content has been the exact opposite of what it might seem. In terms of mental toll, I feel like I've been under much more stress and burnout than the periods of time when I am motivated enough to make 2 videos a week. A video of mine takes about 2 to 3 days to make, so when I'm outputting at 2 a week, it's almost the same as a full-time job alongside full-time university study and a part-time actual job. When you love your work, it isn't work, and for almost a year I have loved this and haven't had a problem keeping up, but at the moment the spark of passion just isn't there to push me into keeping up. I know it will be back because this isn't the first time I've taken a break like this. Probably a year and a half ago now, when all my creative effort was focused on Instagram, I felt almost exactly what I feel now in terms of lack of motivation, but not the same in terms of stress, as back then people weren't paying me and I didn't have this shareholder mentality that I do now, which for the rest of the time is a great tool, but in times of hardship it's just made the problem worse. Anyway, I took about 2 months off to relax, I came back stronger and haven't had a break since. I should have realised about 2 months ago from now that I was in a similar position again and the break could have probably been over by now, but I left it too long to call time, and for that I'm sorry. Like I said before, my mindset has been entirely self-imposed and I have never had any actual pressure applied to me by any donators. You're all amazingly supportive and I cannot thank you enough. I just have to put it out there that if you're not happy that I'm taking a break, cancel your subscription for both of our sakes. When I come back, if you're happy to continue, then that is great. I will be ecstatic. But if you see this as lazy or ungrateful and don't want to renew it, then by all means, I'll understand. And for everyone else watching, I'm sorry if you feel neglected by my unspoken lack of content so far, and now explicitly going forward absence of it. I do feel a responsibility to cover as many topics within libertarian economics, political theory and ethics as I physically can for you, and I promise that after I take this time for myself, I'll be able to do it to the levels I've managed so far, if not more. I just have to get the passion back first of all, and also be confident that my grades aren't suffering for it. So yeah, I hope I've been at least somewhat clear, so you know what I'm talking about and kind of what's happening. I don't want to give a definite period that I'll be on hiatus for, but at the moment I feel like 1 to 2 months will be enough for me, and anything beyond that could start becoming unreasonable. I'm not going to be gone completely in this time, and have something else that has been taking up my passion. When I took my last break, I kept creating content, but it was entirely separate from libertarianism. I streamed games on Twitch, and this time I want to do something similar. 15 minutes before this video is being released, I'm releasing another one on a separate gaming channel called Anglo FPS, and the video is called The Economics of Escape from Tarkov. I had so much fun making this video, and it made me realise it's not the process of creating content that's been weighing on me at all. It's the overtly serious and daunting topics of politics and economics that is a huge burden to bear and needs to be let down every now and again. If you're interested in hardcore first-person shooters like EFT, Squad, DayZ, other games like that, then go ahead and check out my other channel, because I love those sorts of games, and playing them is my second hobby to studying economics. Oh, I've just realised with that sentence how much of a fucking dork I am. Well, I still have the Twitch channel I used before, so follow me there too if you want. Just know that until the summer break, I probably won't be active on that, at least anywhere near as much as the other channel, because my personal schedule is far more suited to videos that I can dedicate a couple of hours to per day over the course of a week, rather than streams which need constant blocks of 4 to 5 hours for the majority of the week. But this is the last I'm going to speak of it. I'm not going to exploit the audience I have here to turn this channel into a springboard for a nerdy side project of mine. So give it a look if you want, or don't. For now, I hope this is acceptable to you. I apologise once again, and I'll see you all back here as soon as I am ready. As always, take it easy.